So Mark, why don't you hit us up with a recap of the events of Amazing Spider-Man Volume 7, Number 2.
We pick up from the last issue, and Spider-Man is crashing out a window and freaking out, man! The Sand People are coming, I tell you, or at least Spidey tells us, and all of his villains are attacking him. Kraven, Lizard, even Uncle Henry and Auntie M were there too. And Peter is having flashbacks about his childhood shenanigans with Brian, and he curse. That's like the one time Dan forgot to bleep a curse in a review. Anyway, it quickly becomes clear that Spider-Man's freakout is actually a tripping sequence, showing what happened after he got attacked in Rhino's apartment, and now he's tearing up the streets of New York and freaking out the general populace of the New York Police Department, and they've seen some pretty crazy stuff. Pretty good. Anyway, suddenly Peter finds himself back at Rand Enterprises and meeting his new boss, Dr. Osmani Milton. Did I say it right? Probably not. And it's not going well. His arms are all bandaged and he has no memory of how he got here. Brian tries to cover for him, but oof. Sorry, Pete. You're toast, buddy. Next thing we know, Brian is making jokes about magic mushrooms in Super Mario, and the tripping must continue. We flash back to a young Peter who is running from the cops and the Sand People. Oh, those Sand People. Peter is finally intercepted by Norman Osborn after almost falling off the roof of Rand Enterprises. Norman may not be Peter's boss anymore, but he's given him the rest of the afternoon off. What a good guy. Yeah, that brings us over to the Food and Drug Administration, Product Safety, and just like in real life, an evil industry titan with a narcissism complex is invading the federal government. You could say, like for operational efficiency. And he's joined by two blood-soaked raptor-looking feet that could be Elon Musk given the current news cycle. Or maybe it's Itsy Bitsy. Let's see where the comic goes. Anyway, the FDA is blown up, which is actually a merciful end for the federal agency and thus not a reflection of the current state of affairs. Back to Peter and Norman finds some biological agents in Peter's bloodstream that are the source of the hallucinations, much like what infected the Rhino. So it's off to Ravencraft, where Spidey is intercepted by Shay, who talks about her friend, Peter, and that's not cool. Also, Spider-Man is completely flaking out again. That brings us to another flashback about Peter's childhood with Brian, and man, Aunt May and Uncle Ben are pissed. And Peter says some mean stuff to them about it too. I mean, this is just heartbreaking. Shay interrupts Peter's flashback because she's still concerned by Spider-Man's current lack of mental faculties, letting him know that if he doesn't start acting like a cogent superhero soon, she's going to replace him with another superhero. Only 90 days out from Election Day, and she's not going to let that new superhero criticize any of Spider-Man's policies despite attempting to run on a platform of new progressive energy saving us from the rise of fascism. So there. Anyway, there's some loud noises coming from Rhino Cell, so Spider-Man shows up and finds Itsy Bitsy, not Elon Musk, at the scene, ready to murderize Alexei in front of her daddy.